When there is a girl in your life that you have been friends with for a while, is it really possible to turn her into a lover? If it is possible, should you really attempt to do this? And in any case, what kind of hypnotic communication can help you to turn on that switch in her mind so that she feels different about you? So if we start by the main reason why there is nothing happening with that friend so far, there's only two reasons that can produce that. Either she has no sexual interest in you, or there is a lack of sexual anticipation between the two of you, or B, second reason, there is a past history between you and her, or maybe between you and a close friend of hers, or maybe between her and a close friend of yours, that make it difficult in her perception to hook up with you. So obviously, the main thing initially is to display sexual interest from the beginning, not saying you should physically or verbally say anything about it, but just letting her get some hints that you are somebody who likes to hook up anyway. That's who you are, and you're never excluding that option. Not saying you should pursue her in any way, not at all, just showing that kind of slight sexual dominance when you talk about your relationships, when you talk about women around you, not in an intrusive way, just in an assertive way. Yeah, she definitely looks like somebody I could date. Why? Because, you know, the way she looks, whatever you say, just be open about the fact you are sexually interested in people around you in a very calm and chill way, not bragging about it, in a very chill way, just so that you maintain at least a bit of sexual anticipation with her. That is in the best case scenario. Now, I know most people watching this don't know what I'm talking about, or have never done that, or don't really know how to put that into use with the women they are thinking about. Therefore, how to do this for you? Well, first of all, the worst possible way you could ever try to put that into use is by getting a verbal confirmation before it happens. The classical discussion, yeah, you know, Mary, we have known each other for a while now, and I was wondering if maybe something could happen. That's the worst possible way. Trying to get verbal validation from a woman before she feels ready to engage with you, that is on the reverse the best way to make her go away. To put that in a clear perspective. That is the best way to not get laid with her at all. So never try to get any kind of verbal confirmation, because when it happens, and it happened to me a few times, when it happens, it is never by talking about it. It is always, because if it is a friend, you already talk with her anyway, so you don't have to have a discussion about this specifically. That could actually turn her down, cool her down. You have to accept the moment may happen or will happen when neither of you was prepared for it. That means, for example, both of you go to a party and you did not expect to sleep together at all, but you know, with one or two drinks, and you're the guy she's the most comfortable with at the whole party, and nobody else is really attractive to her, or like there are some guys but she doesn't really know them. That might happen in that way. That's how it happened for me when it happened. Just casual, it's like casual sexuality. It's not like a big move. I have to say the one line to make her understand what I want. It's just like dropping seeds, which will be the first technique talking about here. Dropping seeds anytime we have a discussion without getting attached to any of the things I talk about. And then once we are at the party and she feels comfortable around me, that might actually happen, you never know. So the first hypnotic technique will be about dropping unconscious seeds. But there is a specific way of doing this. It is not just about using some embedded commands whenever you talk to her. Not like this. It is more about talking about your other relationships, for example, mentioning how in your mind sex can be a thing that can cause no harm. Let's be clearer. Whenever she has a problem with hooking up with you, in most cases it is because she has attached in her mind negative consequences to the fact of sleeping with you. There is maybe some emotional baggage, especially, for example, if you have slept in the past with a friend of her, and even if nothing bad happened, but she might have this, you know, girl loyalty to not want to sleep with a guy her friend slept with. Some other girls are the reverse, by the way, but you never know. There might always be some unconscious blockages linked with sleeping with you. Like, what is going to happen between the two of us if we actually sleep together? How is it going to change our relationship? Because she might enjoy having a guy like you she can just interact with in a free, in a kind of non-intrusive way, or in a free way, with the freedom in the conversation. If you sleep together, she might get worried about, yeah, but does that mean we date? Does that mean we are boyfriend, girlfriend? I don't want to date right now. Many concerns may happen in her mind. So the main way I was using that strategy was to explain whenever I had a discussion with a friend I was interested in, and I knew she was saying no at that moment because she had a boyfriend, whatever. I was always talking about my other relationships, other girls eventually I was sleeping with, not in a bragging way, just casually talking about it, like you would do with a guy friend actually, and maybe not with the same language, but just the way you would talk about it to a guy friend, and explaining, you know, this happened with Sarah the other day, and we slept together, it was pretty fun, and actually after, we just noticed for the both of us, we didn't wish to continue and have a serious relationship, but it was quite a fun time for the both of us, and I do not regret it, she does not regret it either, and blah blah blah. What I do here is planting the seeds that sex can happen with me without any negative consequences. By no means, in no way, shape or form am I implying you and me sleep together, boom boom. That's not the way I think. I think about planting the seeds in a non-intrusive way. So I talk about what happens in my life without at any moment implying her specifically, the girl I'm talking to at this moment. But when I do this for long enough, at least 2 times, I don't say 1 time, 2 times it happened that just by doing this, at some point, once she has dumped her boyfriend because he was no longer satisfying her, or I don't know what happened, guess who she comes to? Me! So you never know by dropping seeds like this what can happen later. And if you really have zero ideas of where to start with hypnotic language, if you're still confused about how can you plant suggestions in a woman's mind whenever you have an interaction with her, you can find down below 5 of the best language patterns I have ever used in my own life whenever I wanted to make the conversation more stimulating emotionally and sensually for her, and you can use them as soon as today or tomorrow to notice the effects they have whenever you have a conversation with the kind of girl you really like. The second technique is called mixed future pacing. To be completely honest with you, I have one specific example in my life where I have used this, and no, we did not sleep together with that one specifically. Also because there were other blockages from her side, religious blockages, a whole other discussion, but we still got closer after I used that game with her. So there was still some effect, not the maximum effect, but still some effect. We got physically closer and she started hugging me all the time. So at least there was some effect. What the mixed future pacing game is to play, role play as if you and her were going to get married, or it is just a funny game. By no means is it an implication you should get together. It is just, you know, I was playing that game with a different friend, and we talked about if both of us had to get married, how do we think it would happen? And right off the bat, you can just disqualify or say, oh no, I would never let you cook because I cook way better than you do. Being French, you know, that's how we think. It's not the truth, but it's just how we think. So I would say, for example, yeah, I would just never let you cook because I know you have some skills, but let's be honest, compared to me, you know. And playing like this, just letting her elaborate on if we were going to get married, how do you think our relationship would be? What do you think it would be like? It really has to be planted as a simple game, and you have to laugh as you do this. The second she feels there is some pressure to like, yeah, because by the way, I kind of really like you, and what if you like me too? If there is any pressure about it, right away she's gonna turn cold and say, yeah, well, no, I'm just good by myself right now. So to avoid that reaction, you have to let go. I know it's not always easy, but letting go of the pressure of, I have to get this one. Once you let go of that pressure, immediately you can also have a discussion where you can plant the seeds in the right way away without any attachment to the result, to the final outcome. So that game of mixed future pacing, I say mixed because initially you planned that future scenario between the two of you. So you say what you would do if you were getting married with her. Then she has to reciprocate and say what she would like and not like. Obviously, you still emphasize on what she would like with you. And then whenever she's getting into it, whenever she's getting playful about it, then you instantly disqualify, say, yeah, but let's be honest, it's never gonna work because, yeah, we're not really compatible, you know, I don't think you and I could be a good match. So you have to calibrate properly. Initially, it has to pique her interest of, yeah, that could be fun like this, we could do this together on weekends. Whenever she's getting into it and getting immersed into it, you instantly disqualify and say, yeah, but let's be honest, it can't happen, it's not gonna happen. Let's just stay who we are, you know, we have a good relationship. And obviously she will say, oh yeah, of course. But the point is that now you have planted in her mind a scenario between the two of you. And the more she got immersed into this emotionally, the more you increase the propensity of something happening between the two of you later, 2 nights from now, 3 nights from now, 2 weeks from now, next month, who knows. Whenever you will be in a different context where there is less pressure, maybe the atmosphere is more loosened up, and that might happen just like this casually because you have planted the seeds in her mind early on. And then finally, technique number 3, activating her chaser state, the state of chasing. You know, in NLP we have this term called the as-if frame. So in therapy, for example, you would ask a client or a patient, ask him, once you have gotten rid of all of your problems, once all of your relationship problems, for example, are gone away from your life, then how do you imagine the rest of your life? As if none of that had ever happened. As if frame. Paint a frame in their mind for their unconscious mind to associate with it, a frame where they never had their problems. And what do they do within that frame? So I have adapted this, kind of sneaky thing I know, I have adapted this in seduction by saying, you know, Laurie, imagine you just meet that guy that every woman desires and he's really having all the qualities women want, and even if not all the women want him, at least he's got all the qualities you want. With that guy, let's say you have to impress him or you have to get his attention. Not saying you should lower your standards by chasing him too much. Obviously, I don't presuppose you should have to do this. You're a great woman yourself, so definitely don't do that. Just if you had to get his attention and make sure he wants you more than the women around, what kind of qualities do you think you could put in the front end to make sure he's noticing you more than he's noticing every other woman around? And you may not know this, but within women, there is a massive, nasty competition with other women around. Even if they don't openly talk about it, they are constantly judging each other, the way they look. Whenever I walk with a girl in the street, every time I get at least another woman checking like this. The woman I'm walking with, she's looking like this, like really trying to figure out who the hell is that. There's always this massive, nasty competition, like who the hell do you think you are, lady? Always like this. So when you activate that switch in her mind of competition, even if she's not the kind of woman to constantly try to brag about her outfit or anything, that is going to activate that switch of, no, he has to come with me, I'm gonna prove I'm the one. They are all conditioned like this, even to their, it's causing some problems sometimes, but they are all kind of conditioned like this by the way other women think about around them. So activating the chaser state is, what kind of state can I put her into where she's activating all those reflexes that she's putting into place whenever she wants a guy? Because if she has been with you for a while as a friend, obviously the frame in her mind has looped around, oh, this is just somebody I don't have to prove anything to. That might be the same thing with a boyfriend after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but right here we want to get on the first night with her. So she shouldn't be here yet with you, and she should get out, if possible, of the friend zone with you. Just, you can plant in her head, you can initiate the state of the chaser. How does she feel? What does she do when she's chasing a guy? Even if you're not implying she should chase you, and definitely do not try to imply anything too directly to make her chase you specifically, because she may not be there yet, but activate in her mind the state. Ask her questions about how is it when she meets a guy she really wants to have in her life, she really wants to have him, and other women around may also be chasing him. That's gonna activate jealousy, which is maybe the biggest facilitator of attraction in a woman's mind. It is jealousy. When she is seeing that other women around want you, and she had just a mild interest in you, but now she sees others around want you too, now she's gonna put like the black leather, the boots, and like, okay, let's get that done, I'm gonna get that guy tonight. And then you can become more playful with it. Whenever you sense some deep state, you can also anchor that state. With other videos I have on this channel, you can discover how to do anchoring, and you can anchor that state and use that again, and play with that state to initiate it more when she is with you, and referring back to it, for example, later the next day or the day after this, referring back to how does she behave when she's in that chasing mode of I want a guy. Obviously, all of those techniques won't guarantee anything. It still has to remain playful. Whenever you want those things to work, they have to be playful. The more playful you are with it, the easier it might be to provoke the response you want. And once again, if you want to figure out the starting point, where do you start with all of this? You have down below 5 of the best language patterns you can ever use whenever you want to seduce somebody, whenever you want to make the conversation more tantalizing for her to hear, and you can use them as soon as today to notice the responses you get from the girl you are really attracted to. Those may not work the very first time, but they might work the second time you use all of them, or at least the first one of them, the one you like the most. All of that is down below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon in the next video.